This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, good morning. Okay, so today's plan would be to go and install all the required softwares that is required for us to carry out anything that we are going to do with the K6. Okay, so we'll just go and download and install each of these components one by one. So we need K6 local, we need K6 in cloud, we need VS Code, and then we would need a Tomcat to host our application, and we need InfluxDB and Grafana. So we need these 7-8 things uh, for us to carry out this complete scripting and execution for the entire course as well. We would need this. Okay, so you can follow this. Just listen to the way the things will get downloaded and installed, and you can repeat the same thing in your laptop as well. Okay, hope you guys able to hear me. Can you just confirm in the chat? You able to hear me?
Yes, Satish. Satish, these classes will be from Monday to Friday only, right? 7 to a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that is correct. It's going to be a Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, and all these videos as well, right? Once the sessions are over, probably in 4 to 5 hours, the videos will be uploaded, and for you to take a look into it offline, and it's going to be always available for you after this course is ended as well. So the videos you will have it as a permanent repo. Okay. Yeah. So you can either download this from the drive, as I was mentioning yesterday, okay, or you can also get it from the website directly. Both are possible. Okay, so I'm just going to the new mission, and then I'll go to the first. We'll try to download and install the K6. Okay, so you just go to the K6 website, k6.io. Okay, if you just go and search for the K6 website or K6 download, you'll get to this page, and then here you can go to the Windows and check for the latest official installer. And once you click this, it will download you the installable. Okay, so once you download the installable, you just go and there is no other prerequisite for installing K6. You can just go and install it. I'll just try to remove this. I think I have already tried installing one, so I'll just remove this. Okay, and then I'll go and install it. You just need to provide the location in which you wanted to copy this K6. Okay, so within a matter of few seconds, this will get installed. Okay, so once this is installed, we'll just go and verify if the installation is successful. Okay, just go to the drive in which you have, sorry, the folder in which this installed. Go to the program files K6. You can see the K6 application. Open it in the command prompt, k6.exe. Okay, so it will throw you the options. It says you have to go with some options. You have to type K6 run to run a test, or there are other options, other commands. You have to pass it on to the K6. But for installation, we're just making sure that K6 installed properly, and we could able to run the K6.exe. So in that perspective, so the K6 is installed properly because it could able to provide you these options for you to use it. Okay, that is the first part of your software. Okay, next thing what we'll do is we'll try to we'll just go and mark this as we do it. It will be easy for us to track it. Okay, so this is done. This is also done. We have validated the K6 alone. We haven't validated any sample script and all. We just validated K6 as an application. It is working. Next, we'll go and do the setup on the cloud. Okay. So for this, just go to the k6.io. Okay. Go and say try for free. K6 on cloud is a commercial version for you to run high volume load test. Okay. But we can also use the K6 cloud to create your script or to convert your R into script or to run some sample test also. It allows you. Okay, only high volume test you cannot do it. You can go and run some. There are going to be some free credits. From a learning perspective, you can very well use the K6 cloud for execution also. In the projects, you might end up running everything in the local, which is absolutely doable since it is an open source. And if you also wanted to run into the cloud for, say, for example, you want to run the test from multiple regions, okay, from US, from UK, from Asia, from Australia, from a different location you want to run it, you may not have load gens in all these places, right? So in that cases, your project team can go and subscribe for K6 as a SaaS option, where they will get licenses for K6 Cloud, which will allow you to run the same test from different location. Okay, so from a learning perspective, we can also use K6 Cloud for execution, but primarily you can use the K6 Cloud for creating the your API scripts in a GUI mode. You can also use the R to, you can convert R to your script. So those are the few things which you can do it in the cloud apart from the execution itself. Okay, so we'll try to go and register it.
So this cloud version is like free version, we can use for 15 days. Is there any time limit?
No. For scripting perspective, there is no such limit and all. Once you create this registration, right? I have just logged in with a Gmail. Okay, you will be able to use the they don't expire. Your registration will not expire. Okay, you can use it for going to be few credits going to be available. You can run these many tests without any cost. Okay, so there is no time bounded, but you'll be able to execute only one test at a time, maximum of 50 users. That will be a restriction. See, for the project perspective, in your actual projects, you just use this cloud for execution because it might not be enough at all. Okay, for doing a POC, for your learning, for that you can use the cloud for execution. From a scripting perspective, there is no limitation at all. What you get it in the licensed version or free version, everything is going to be same. This test builder, script editor, all these things are going to be available for there's no time limit at all. You can just once you registered, you can keep using it for without any expiry. So basically, for scripting related activity, your K6 Cloud, you can use it. There is no limit. There is no boundary. For your execution, for you can still use it for your learning, for POCs. You can go and run test. There are going to be limitation in terms of the location load generators, in terms of number of load generators, number of parallel tests. All these things, there will be restriction. But for your POC and for your learning, that is quite sufficient. Okay. So once you have set up this Setup is nothing but you're going to just register once, okay, and then you're going to get this page, okay, as a validation again, to just make sure that you're able to um, do something on this, right? You can just go and say start building, okay, and then you can just go and import a R file or record a scenario, or you can also go and start building your own script. Say, for example, you're going to do some of these microservices, right? Where there's no recording required. It's just all going to be get or post calls. For just for example, for validation purpose, right? Just going to say I'm going to write a script for Google, and then the get call is going to be HTTPS google.com. Okay, so that can be a query param. You can write the query param, your name and value. If they are going to be body, you can provide the body. We will, all these things we'll look into it in detail when you're going to look into the scripting aspect. This is just an installation and making sure that your script is getting created in the cloud. Okay, you can just go and save this, and then if you see as you do this, right, you will get the steps on the left hand side. If you want to go and adding multiple APIs, you can still go and do this one by one. Okay. Again, you can go and then add one more get call. Okay, it can be a get call, it can be a post, it can be put, patch, options, delete, whatever it is, right? And then you can also convert this into a just quickly one. So you can also go and get this code that is getting generated. Okay, it is having some. I'll just go and delete this. Okay. Now save it. Yeah. Now if you see here, the script you didn't write anything, right? It has added those imports, and then it has added the load scenario. Don't worry about what are all these things. We will going to look into it in detail. But the code, whatever we want, that is that has to be there. It will get auto generated by the your builder itself, by test builder. Okay, and then the actual the get call, you're going to have it here. Okay, if in case you're going to add any other checks, or if you're going to add any say your HTTP status code, I'm adding the HTTP status code. Okay, I'll say equals to 200. All these things you will do it in the UI. Automatically, it will get populated in the code as well. And then, which means later point of time, say for where is this? Yeah, say for the validation got added automatically. You're not going to you don't need to learn JavaScript in detail for you to go and code this. Okay, and later if you wanted to, probably you've done this script in the UI, and then what you will do, you just go and copy it. It will go and copy it, and then you will use your local Visual Studio to save the script in your local, and from there you can go and update, enhance the script whatever way you want. You may have to add some correlations, some more checks. Okay, basically you can use this cloud K6 in the cloud to create the script. Okay, all these correlations and parameterizations and test checks and all, there are a lot of syntax available. We will go through that one by one as we go along the course, but this is only for the installation. Okay, so now we have validated the your K6 cloud as well. We'll just go and mark it. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, so we'll mark this as completed, and then we'll mark this as well completed. Okay, now next thing is we'll go and install the browser plugin for your UI creation, UI scripts, right? So for the web services, for the microservices, you can manage with the GUI. You will go and manually insert all the requests, and then you will go and get a script. But for the your recording of UI, you need to have the browser plugin. So we'll just go back and then say recording a scenario. So see the latest version of the case Chrome recorder. Okay, so go and click this and add this to your Chrome. Okay, so there will be a browser. So once you start saying I need to record a UI, it will show this link and add it to the Chrome. Okay, it's been added. Okay, now open a new tab. Okay, and go to this and say start this. I'll go and say flipkart.com. Okay, I'll just go and click mobiles. Okay, I'll just go and say offer zone. I can do whatever navigation I want, right? I can log in, I can go to the cart. Okay, and I can go to this shop now. Okay, and once it is done,
Satish, can we give transaction names while recording? Like Jmeter will
no,
write BlizzMeter.
yeah,
Okay.
no, those options are not available in the browser record. All these things you have to enhance it in the UI in the editor only.
Okay.
Yeah. See, that is what I think from my what as I said earlier, right? For microservices, for services, it is perfect. K6 is perfect in terms of scripting, in terms of execution. From a UI perspective, still the tool is evolving. You might see these options coming in, but for now, still it is doable. Only thing is you may have to manage that in the code directly. When I say code, it is not coding. Once you go into the script, right, you can go and add those transaction names so that in the result you will be able to differentiate it.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is done. The recording, I've stopped it. Okay. So once you stop the recording, the R file will also get downloaded to your machine. And then what you can do is you can just go and since your app, your cloud is also logged in and there in the browser, it will automatically it will try to import your recorder script. Okay, just go and say save. So there are two options available. Offline, you can still go and upload the R file. Since your K6 Cloud is actively there in the browser, it will try to for this to. It says some network error. Let's see. seems to be some network error between the cloud and the local machine. It says network error, it couldn't able to save it. Let's try one more time. This is completed. This is completed. Let's see. I think it should. Let's see. Okay. Let me go and refresh this page. Okay, let me try to upload this R file anyway. There's some network problem while it automatically couldn't able to sync it. Let me try to upload the R file which got downloaded. Importing the R file. Downloads. Okay. So if you see here, this got converted, and if you go one by one, you have google.com, and then from there we open the flipkart.com, and then you have multiple other requests as well, right? You come down. So all the whatever the action you have done, it would have been converted into a post and get. Okay. Anyway, end of the day, it's all going to be your post and get only, right? And so everything will get recorded here. So we'll again from a recording perspective, we will look into it in detail while we going to have those sessions. From an installation perspective, you have your K6 Cloud up and running. You could able to install the your browser plugin. You could able to do a sample recorder and then download the R file and the you could able to convert that into the script as well, right? All these things you could able to do it in the your K6 Cloud, which means your K6 Cloud is now K6 Cloud and the browser plugin both are um, setup is done and validated. Okay, from the code perspective, also if you come look into it, it will have all the things converted into a code. Your flipkart.com, and then followed by the whatever you clicked, right? In that also it will get it would have got recorded. Okay, so now you just copy the script. Okay, and the in order to you to act in your local and then to do further enhancements, because you cannot always save this in the cloud and keep editing it, right? You always have to maintain the local and then start enhancing it in the future, right? So for that you definitely need a ID. K6 doesn't have a local K6 doesn't have a GUI like what you see it in the cloud. So you have to have a some kind of a user interface. That is what that is why we'll use the VS Code for the your any further enhancements, whatever enhancements you want to do further, you will use the VS Code IDE. Okay, so VS Code again you can download it from the site, or I have given it in the drive. From there you can download. So you just set up this VS Code. Okay. So once it is done, it will open. Let it open. Here, first thing is you go to the extension. Okay, go to the extension and then say K6. Okay, so K6 for Visual Studio. This you need to install it. Okay, it is done and enabled. Now you just go and open a create a new file. You can say sample script. Okay. Now you try to copy this. Okay, whatever we copied from the your K6 cloud, you can go and copy this. Okay, so once you install the plugin, it will be easy for you to go and visualize in a proper way, right? It will differentiate your keywords like imports, exports, function, variables, all these keyword like your start transaction, transaction, what you say in LoadRunner, right? Similar to that, all the keywords will get highlighted in a different color. So this will um, uh, um, help you to read your script in a better way. Okay. There's also one more thing called K65 language support. That as well you can go and install it. This is more from a JavaScript support. Okay. And there's one more thing called K6. Yeah, this as well I think you can go and install it. All three things you try to go and install it. Okay. So this once you so all you're going to do is uh, download your VS Code and then um, install the required extensions or the plugins, right? Once this is done, you're all set for you to use the your VS Code. Okay, so basically now you have all your scripts, all your required softwares are ready. Okay, you can go and probably still validate your K6 with a sample script. That we'll do it once we create a sample script properly, and then for your output, for your results, right? You need to go and install your Java, Inflex, and Grafana. Okay, that is optional, but we will end up in doing it definitely, because we need to when you're going to run it in the local, we need to monitor it test and get the report once it is completed. So we need this Inflex and Grafana for sure. For that, you need a Java. Okay, so these three things probably we will look into it tomorrow. I'll just pass for now. Guys, do you have any questions?
Till now, I'm clear, Satish, but I'm a bit worrying about that JavaScript. If it is possible, how much JavaScript is required in particular any functions and methods? Is it possible to cover those?
See, as the session goes, right, I will explain why it is used. See, if we are going to learn JavaScript at the beginning as a prerequisite and then go into it, right, you never know what is required for you. What we will do is, as we move with the sessions, whatever we use it, then we will try to understand why are we using it, how it is getting constructed, so that it will be easy for you to relate it. Okay, that we will do it definitely. While we create the script, something is used in the script, we will try to understand what it is and why it is used. With that, you will be able to learn it. Okay, and so if you that is how, see, any new programming language, right, be it as a Java or JavaScript, if you start learning from the kind of a book oriented, right, you will never end up where we want. We will learn the one which we need it for your error handling, your checks, your correlation, your regular expressions, all these things we will try to learn what all things required as we go with the every session side.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So take for example, right, I don't know whether you have used LoadRunner.
Oh, I was working on completely different tool, as I mentioned yesterday, Akamai Cloud Test. And even
Okay,
I have
got it.
some knowledge on Jmeter and Blazemeter.
Okay. Fine. See, I don't know in Akamai load test, right? You said this is Java, correct?
Yeah, it's Java, but we never code much. So it is everything
Exactly.
is GUI mode. We can do it everything.
Correct. Yeah. See, that is why, right? All these things will get abstracted behind the scene, and you don't need, really no need the know the language to do it. Here in K6, it will be little different, but again, even without learning JavaScript, you can still manage a lot. But whatever is required, we will definitely look into that during the session.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not going to continue with this today. There are few people enrolled and they will be starting from tomorrow only. So I'll just pass it for now and we'll continue with the rest of the installations and then we'll go with the other topics from tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone else, guys? You have any questions? Okay, fine, guys.
Sally?
So we'll continue. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Hello?